We doing this? We doing this?
Oof.
All right.
Finally. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Hello everyone, my name is Benja and I'm here with Mike and we're
It's
going
about
to
four.
show you a new
between
game.
like 4 or
This
5
game
weeks ago,
has
it came out. It's
been
very fresh.
1 or 2 months just to the release date. Yeah, it's really fresh. This is the last game, Blast Master Zero 3. A really good game with a lot of.
We're just gonna dive straight into it.
So it's time to start it. Yeah, I'm gonna start immediately.
So this is
3,
Blast
2,
Master Zero
1,
3. It
go.
is the third and final part of a trilogy of a reboot of the original Blaster Master game on the NES, which itself was a slightly different version of a Famicom game called Metafight, which, despite being the same game, more or less, had completely different stories. Metafight starred a member of Planetary Space Force fighting against a mutant army that was invading from across the galaxy. And in Blaster Master, a scientist goes chasing a frog, finds a tank, and that's the story. And then what it creates, the development of this game did, is they took the plot of Blaster Master and they tied it in with some of the expanded lore of some of the other games, and then they have married it into the original Metafight continuity and created sort of the best of both, and they've done a fantastic job. And on top of that, the games are incredibly fun to play. This is the third in the series, and each game has gotten better mechanically in terms of movement and just action. And you're going to see some pretty ridiculous movements in the coming hour or so. So, we're just in the intro stage at the moment. Oh, it's
basically this game is like
it's like when we're dealing with interface, it is
not the short way to see
that is always part of the course of them. It's originally a Sunsoft property, but I'm pretty stable. Sunsoft trusted integrates with your baby. So right now, Jason is breaking out of a military base on the planet Sophia, where he took his robot girlfriend to get cured of mutants. And yeah, there is plot. I'm not going to explain it all, but right now he's just trying to bust out and find his girlfriend. And so this is the style of this game is what is commonly called a Metroidvania. It's you have a large map, segmented into a number of key areas, but on top of that, you also have these dungeon areas that play a lot closer to something like, say, well, I would have said Zelda if not for the fact that you seeing him dashing all over the place. There is you can see the Y button keeps popping up over his head. Every time that happens, that is an opportunity for Benja to activate a blast counter, which enables him to perform an invincible action where he just avoids the incoming attack and fires a volley back at the enemy. And on top of that, if he uses his dash ability at the same time, he's able to to greatly extend his movement. So he's going to be strategically using counters throughout these dungeon segments to speed across the map.
Whoa, he just blasted through the armor snipes there.
A little bit. Things are gonna die very quickly. The firepower on this kid is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, this game, for some reason, gives you a lot of reward if you are good at matching. And of course, as a Zero Striker runner, I'm really good at that. So the game is always giving me some rewards with my matching. And every single boss is not gonna be even played on the screen sometimes. It's just, okay, hello, bye, immediately.
If you're watching Benja speedrun games to experience the bosses, you're looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, if you really want to enjoy the
kidding,
process,
huh?
no, this is not the correct way is to doing that.
One thing you might notice here, if anyone is familiar with Blaster Master, is that the player character has extremely fragile shins, and if he falls, you know, even a slightly further distance from his jump arc, he will die. So in this game, they decided to finally give him a hover. Now, this guy right here, who just got shot out of the sky, is the rival from the last game. His name is Lifeless. And he is a jerk, and he is glorious. We're not going to see any of it. If you want to see it, I suggest you play this game. It's amazing. But he is basically, after crash landing on the planet, he is going to be riding in the back seat and annoying you for the rest of the game, and it's fantastic. And right now, we are fighting the protagonist of Meta Fight. Well, I say fighting because we're doing that thing where it's one of those unwinnable encounters where, well, you can win it, but you can also lose it, and it's faster to lose it by going in with 1 HP and taking 1 hit and immediately skipping the fight, which is what Benja just did. So, now we are out of the military base and starting to explore the planet Sophia in search of Robo Waifu. So we've just gotten the hover function from that fight. So now you're able to get a bunch of airtime, and that aids in platforming a lot. So now you can see, as I was saying earlier, just the way he's maneuvering around by he's letting off his blast counter and he's dashing at the same time, which effectively doubles the distance he covers. Which lets him speed, wind and speed through these areas. Let's see.
No, but everything's fine.
Okay, this
is the correct way to do that, and of course, this is not the intended way. It creates an error thinking about, like, okay, we're gonna do this way to move our character. So that's only discovered by an accident.
I wonder about that, but that's a topic for another time. These are all copies of Robot Waifu there, and we don't like her. You see that Benja is essentially just positioning himself to line up all the enemies and just wipe them all out in one shot, in one go with his wave rifle. The way that the rifle works in this game is a bit different from the previous one. Like before, your gun is going to function differently as you collect energy for your rifle gauge. But instead of, as before, where you gained access to different options, different weapons, different settings for the gun by maxing out the gauge. Instead, you always have 5 different options, 5 different settings for your rifle, like a regular shot, a shotgun blast, an electric shock, a wave. But instead, they get different power levels as you increase the gauge, and that gauge increases and decreases by collecting energy and then taking damage. So getting hit makes your gun weaker. So we don't want to get hit if at all possible, but there is an answer to that if we do get hit, which we will demonstrate once we've acquired the appropriate upgrade. Another boss died extremely quickly. Kel Surprise.
One of the things is important in this game, before trying to continue, in Blaster Master Zero you have a system on when first thing appear on Blaster Master Zero 2 called the Sophia system, and that system gives you an SP recovery. And the way to do that is when you're falling in a really high place or receive some damage, you can always recover one of your SP power. So basically, this character is always dependent on your SP, not as on Blaster Master, the original one, because on the original one you have an independence weapon, so that's not gonna count. And usually I'm gonna receive sometimes damage boosting or falling on a really high place, and that's the way I'm gonna always play this mode. Except for Jason, Jason have this red bar. This red bar means my weapon level, and this is important because I'm always want to be full or just win one space free. And the main reason of doing that is because when you're full, you have the full potential damage. But if you're missing that thing and you have one spot left, that's not really matter because the last one only gives you extra distance.
Now, what we're seeing right now, we've seen we've come across these these sort of portals, these holes in reality that we've come across a couple of times here. This game has a sort of a light and dark world system, similar to certain entries in like the Zelda and the Metroid series, where you can visit like a parallel sort of dimension, alternate version of the map by going through these portals. That is, in this game, it's super dimensional space, and we're going to be going through there a lot. Every time one of those portals appears, there is a counter for when you go through them. And this counter is extremely important because we have to hit a certain number on that counter in order to trigger the flag for the true ending of this game. Specifically, we need to go through a portal 62 times. Now, what you're going to see a number of times is that whenever a new portal appears for the first time, Benja is going to go through it a couple of times. You'll go in and out twice. To just double up the number of tallies on the counter, just so we can get there as quickly as possible.
This is a really bad RNG. Dude,
right,
please stop. Please stop.
So, oh god.
Please stop.
Oh.
Thank you.
So.
That's like
in out. The tricky part with these dungeons is that when we enter super dimensional space in these dungeons, the layout of the rooms is the same, but the doorways are randomized based on the RNG of the game. So there is a possibility that we only need to go through 2 doors to get to the exit, and there's a possibility we have to go the long way around and go 5 or 6. And we want to avoid that as if at all possible, but unfortunately it's based on RNG. So there is going to be an element of luck in this run, unfortunately. Now, what we're also seeing now in this game, we just fought that boss in the dungeon environment, and then he jumps through a portal, and then we fight him in the in the tank environment. So there's going to be 2 phases of most of the bosses in this game. You're not going to see much of them, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, as you can see, the game always gives me a reward with a good matching, and you're...
Hey look, the tank is
even you not even see the boss. Like, okay, we start off with Phoenix immediately. And that's what I mean all the time in this run.
You saw him when the tank turned sort of black and grey for a second there. That's because he ran out of SP. Which is the blue energy gauge on his on the HUD there. When that happens, it takes some time to recharge. But as he was saying earlier, if you fall from a certain height, you'll cause an impact that generates energy for the tank, and you'll see the tank absorb that energy. So basically, there's by strategically moving around and platforming, you're able to keep your gauge topped up and restored at a moment's notice. And as taking damage also restores the gauge as well, so there's going to be a damage boosting element also. How are we doing here? No. Oh, this is a long one.
No. This is a standard one.
Oh, is this actually? Oh, is this one actually?
This is a standard one. For this room, this is a specific one. You don't have any RNG, but
okay,
the
right.
rest
So
of
that
one, you always have a way to resolve or always some problems.
So that particular one is fixed. That's good to know. These platforms with the column of light, these are our save points.
I just managed to do correctly some parts, so I got more counter speed than the usual, and I can manage to save more time than I expected.
All right. So those platforms with the pillars of light, those are our checkpoints, and they also act as warp points. When we find the particularly large ones, as those ones, they enable us to warp to a new area. So we've moved to a different part of the map, and
okay, now it's time to area 3. This area is kinda annoying because usually on your casual playground, you don't really want to do an extra boss because that boss sucks. Literally sucks a lot. But for the speedrunning, you really want to do that because there is a boss even worse than that one. So we're gonna obtain here an extra power up. And that extra power up means we're gonna use more BRB portals than the usual to complete the true ending condition. So right now we got the dark room. This room is similar to the messenger, but of course this is a really short one, and we don't really want to learn this part because you're not saving so much time instead of you moving out to the tank and then activate the light. And now it's time for a dungeon, and in this dungeon we're gonna take one of the best upgrades on the game that gives you the possibility to use electricity and control some portals.
And also absolutely annihilate bosses. Integrates are very big fans of electricity for some reason. Can't put my finger on why.
This boss is kind of funny because this boss, the reference of this specific one, is from Azure Striker Combo 1 and 2.
That's right,
from
actually.
Combo and Copen.
It's a boss from the second Blaster Master Zero game, but there's two of them, and their colors and their name are representative of the protagonists and main characters of the Azure Striker Gumball series. So just.
Okay, everything is fine. And now it's time for this BRB portal. For this one, you have an queue. For example, some of the dungeons, you have the possibility to know where is the direction you need to move in. When in those one, you don't have the answer because we know where is the finish, but we don't know how to go to that part. But for this dungeon, we know the answer is always be right. You need to start and immediately moving to the right. That's the answer. And now it's going to be only up. Nice left, and that's it. The dungeon is over. Just for some dungeons, you have this kind of answers to resolve that, but in other ones, you need to play normally.
There we go. Blue and yellow versus red and white. So that X shape effect that you're seeing there, that is effectively
really
a revenge counter. Nice.
Really good fight.
Little bit of flavor there where they kill each
This
other
is the funny
by
part, when you know to play really good this game, all the bosses is gonna be the same. You're gonna enter, destroy him, go out.
Yep. So that X-shape effect that you saw a couple of times there, that is effectively a revenge counter. If you take damage from an enemy attack or by colliding with them, you can hit a button at a moment's notice, and what will happen is you will vanish, you will appear next to them, do huge damage, and potentially stun them, which enables you to get a ton of extra free damage in. And on top of that, it also enables you to heal the damage you just took. So it rewards good reflexes with a ton of damage for making a mistake. It's a really cool feature, and it is extremely powerful.
So this is this lower boss in the game, because this boss is always annoying. You have these two guys, and they're moving up and down, and of course it's really difficult to always damage them. So this is maybe the slower fight of the game. Even on the final boss, it's more faster than this. And I'm not lying. The final boss is really a meme.
Yeah, just by design, this is definitely one of the slower fights in the game. You will see there's 2 gauges up there next to his life gauge. There's an orange gauge and a blue gauge. The orange gauge is the ammunition for his main gun, his tank cannon, and then the blue gauge is for his hover and all of his other sub weapons like the homing lasers. So managing those 2 gauges. The impact from the fall will restore both of them. So it's just a question of keeping the 2 of them topped up, just so that because if you run out of the blue gauge, all of your sub weapons and your movement dies temporarily, and if you run out of the orange gauge, your main gun dies temporarily. So in both cases, you become significantly weaker and less capable. So those are situations to avoid if possible.
My HP sucks. Okay. When you're really low on your HP, this game have a really good mechanic, the retry button. This retry button on the original Blaster Master Zero gives you recovery every single power of your objects, like your ammo, your HP, and your SP. But in this game, it's really useful to recover your HP. So if I'm doing some retry buttons, it's just for that thing, because I don't really want to die, and of course losing time just for that thing.
Alright, so you might see that every so often upon hitting a checkpoint, because that gives him a free moment to just pause, retry, and fully restore his HP, which will...
Yeah.
Because losing by dying in this game, you restart back at the entrance to the last area you entered, and that can lose us a lot of time depending on how far we came from the entrance when the death happens. So, absolutely a worthwhile action just to avoid that.
Okay, seems fine. And now this is the last part on this area. Another dark room, and this is a little bit easier than you expected.
Yeah.
Because these blocks are visible, so we don't need to learn this part.
Yeah, and the ladders in this area are actually slightly visible, so long as you have your brightness settings up. All right.
Yeah, everything's fine.
You can see just every time he makes a jump on the side view maps while he's on foot. He'll always break his fall by doing a quick hover just to slow his momentum, because if he doesn't do that, he will break his legs and die.
That's why we have the hover. And now this is the most annoying boss to the game. That's why we did the last one. I presented you Adminator, and Adminator, the only way to kill him is using the anti-SF, this weapon. And the main reason is this boss has super armor. So he's really, really annoying.
But the anti-SF gun that he's using right now is it's armor piercing, and it can pierce through walls. Which enables him to damage him a lot more easily. If he didn't get that, this boss would take... God, it could take minutes.
When I started learning this game, this took around 2 minutes to beat him. So it's a really long fight, and you don't really want to watch it. No, seriously, you don't really want to watch it.
No, it is not exciting at all.
It's a disaster.
I
need to be honest, this fight is a disaster without anti-SF. It's literally a disaster because you're suffering a lot and you don't have anything to do less than a suffering time.
All right, next area, he is going to fire himself out of that space cannon at a satellite. Here we go.
Oh, and by the way, if you watching, I'm skipping every single text. The last upgrade of the game integrates fix that thing, because some of the cutscenes are not skippable on the early version of the game.
All right.
I don't know why, but right now it's really good to skip that part and don't matching a lot, and of course lose stamina for some parts.
Inti have always been pretty reliable for patching out any bugs that appear at launch, so that went away pretty quickly. All right. Yeah. So yeah, this is the second time we fought this guy. The anti-SF gun just wrecks it. And what did we just pick up?
We picked one of the best weapons of the game. This is a shield, and this particular shield for Jason is going to be help us a lot with some criticals, with some really fancy criticals.
Oh, was that the X Shredder?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that weapon is broken.
When I practice a lot this game, a lot of person thinking that weapon sucks. I have the same feeling when I started using that.
I'm sorry.
And I discovered that a specific extra weapon or sub weapon gives you an extra hitbox to trigger the counter. So that means you can kill some bosses when you usually don't use the counter. And of course, some bosses you don't have the Q or something to know, like, okay, this boss is a really good tool to use the counter because when you're starting, you don't have that hitbox to trigger that. But when you have this thing and practice with the counter, it's like, okay, everything is fine, so this boss sucks immediately.
This is a bit of a story segment here. It's just we're visiting Jennifer Gardner, the wife of Kane Gardner, on the space station where she works, because they were the people who made the robot wife of this character, and so he's looking for their help to try and sort of, find her and save her. And they just gave him one of the most important options in this game. You now have the ability to dash, but also this dash enables him to pass through those sort of mesh girders that you just saw there. This will also enable him to perform some incredible movement in later sections once we're back on the ground.
Okay, I need to wait a little bit because I don't have enough. Okay, thank you. I need to play a little bit safer here because I have 2 HP, so I don't really want to die here.
Yeah. And we're kind of far from a checkpoint at this point. So.
But the checkpoint is really close, so I can fix this. Okay, this is not the great answer to moving because you're thinking, okay, this is not the way to solve this puzzle. But for my route, I'm using this way to solve it because I need some VRB portals, the interdimensional space, to trigger the true ending. On any percent, you're using other route, but you can save a lot of time here. So right now I'm losing a little bit of seconds just because I need that thing. But right now I'm gonna recover because I don't need to enter to an extra dungeon to do extra stuff. So that's a really important thing to know when you're starting this game.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be seeing a few more of those guys later on. Stands to reason there's something living in there. Okay.
Okay, this is this is the last part of this maze, and now we're watching this really giant black hole. This is the teleport for the next area, but of course we can't enter because we need a key to travel to the interdimensional space, and this key is in here.
We also have to kill that giant space worm, in order to make it safe to do that. So, okay. You can see these. You've seen a few of these hovering crystals around the place. They're color coded based on each of Jason's weapons. These green ones require that he uses the plasma whip in order to activate them. We don't really see the plasma whip much in the run because the weapon requires that he's stationary, and it's not a particularly fast way to kill a lot of enemies either. So we're not going to be seeing a huge amount of it. But,
and this is welcome to Suffering 2. For example, this is a bad RNG because that part is a dead end, so I need to go back and move into the other part. Yeah, that's the really bad part of Blaster Master Zero 3 because everything is RNG and you need to suffer a lot.
It's a pseudo roguelike. It's like the procedural.
Hey, we managed to do that. 2 HP.
Procedural generation of these dungeons can really screw up a speedrun.
Okay, we're gonna do a little retreat because I need more HP, and that's it. I'm gonna take this just for sexy strat, and now we're gonna equip the best sub weapon of the game. Text shield. This is Centipede. Centipede is an annoying boss because this is RNG.
Alright. Anyone ever played Devil May Cry? Out of interest. Oh wait, we're not going to see it here? Yeah. You can't really... Oh, there we go. You can see it. Yeah, so he has a set of 4 swords spinning around.
Really good RNG.
And if those swords make contact with an enemy, he's able to trigger the counter without taking damage, and it extends his range, so he's able to do it more easily as well. And you're saying it's a very simple action. And now, there we go.
That's better than expected.
That lightning field is absolutely destroys bosses in the tank sections. It's,
yeah, but I never expect to do that quick kill.
Yeah, no, that was quicker than the last one I saw.
That's quicker than the quick kill.
Hey, it was like, yeah.
That's the problem. I never expect to do that thing.
I mean, the game's only 5 weeks old, man. Come on, it's far from optimized. Okay, and in through the giant wormhole. And now, are we at the planet Stranga? We're at the planet Stranga. This is one of the regions from Blaster Master Zero 2. It is an extremely bizarre, cartoonishly weird planet where you can see all the mutants are around. They got flowers poking out of their heads. Basically, this planet is poisonous to mutants and it completely disables them. We're coming here because a really, really strange character on this planet happens to have access to a potential cure we're looking for our girlfriend. So, yep, there she is. Integrate, please.
Integrate.
And now, you're going to start seeing some super dashing.
Yeah, right now we got the dashing ability, but of course we don't have the opportunity to do the super dash. And right now I'm gonna always doing some extra unusual dashes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move really, really fast without using any of my SP.
So,
but first we need to unlock these specific parts because right now we need to find a plant. This plant is in the last section of the stage, but first we need to move everything to this dungeon and doing everything to Kana because we need to find that plant. And of course we have this kind of enemy, this flower. Gives us some troubles to moving into the next area, and of course we need to find out the way to destroy that thing and keep moving it. So that's always kind of asking for help, and we're doing that thing always. And this is the super ledge, for example.
So by
really fast.
So because he has access to that, to the tank dash now, if he, without inputting a direction, if he from neutral on the ground, he dashes and jumps at the same time, he is able to launch himself across the area. If he inputs a direction at any point, it will completely halt his momentum. So it's kind of sort of fixed jump arts. There's a little bit of a technique to it. The result is clearing areas much more quickly than usual. The reason we're doing all this right now is because the pilot of that tank, she's using a drill to bore through the areas that we can't access, but she keeps getting herself trapped in these vines. We have to go and kill the plants that are creating them to set her free, so that she can lead us where we need to go. So we got 1, 2, there we go.
Okay, this is the second one, and now it's time for the last part. Okay, it doesn't matter the damage. And now it's time for the last one, Chair to Dratcher, to find the way to solve this last puzzle, because this is a really long one, and we can save right now like 30 seconds, so it's a really, really good time to find this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't really want to, thank you. Ooh, maybe I'm gonna overhit. Hopefully it's not.
This map is such a fever dream.
Oh, thank you. Really good drop. So I'm gonna move this.
So you can see we got these sort of.
I'm gonna stay here and use my dash, and that's give me escape completely this really long puzzle.
Yeah.
So now, this boss, this is kind of funny because when I discovered that this pickle is kind of stupid. But I think the way to solve this pickle is really stupid. So integrate create a really difficult boss. This boss is Rock Hop, and Rock Hop have 3 different weaknesses. So that's depend of the color of his eyes. So you need to solve it with that thing. But of course, we're a speedrunner and we don't care about the depths and the way they managed to create it. So we're gonna use to the X-Shredder, this weapon, and we're gonna destroy the boss immediately.
Yeah. I mean, it's not our fault that they decided to turn Jason into Virgil in this game, alright? Like, you gave us spiral swords. You should have known the risks. I mean, you literally use spiral swords into Judgment Cut. It couldn't be. I feel like they had to have done it on purpose.
Okay, I'm gonna do it right now on a retry, and this retry, of course, the game saves every single part of the map, and that includes the drops. But of course, if you're doing the save before taking the drops, they're always coming back, and you can take it again. So this is Hot Drop, and we're gonna do this. As you can see, I'm literally destroying him right now.
Yep.
And that's it. That's even before he tries to leave the screen.
X-Shredder is one of the weapons that you have to pick up as well, isn't it? Like you actually have to beat the boss that gives it to you to progress.
Yeah, that weapon is a mandatory one, so you can skip it.
Oh, you can't? Okay. So.
No, you can't.
You can't. Yeah, so they made the best weapon in the game mandatory. So, you know, them's the breaks.
Oof, now it's time for the most... now it's time for the most annoying part. This is my suffer. When I start speedrunning this series, I start with Blastomaster 02, and this particular boss, I don't like it. I hate him a lot.
Yes, but it's really only the first part in this particular game.
Only the first part, because when I managed to discover the way to do the second part with the X-Shredder, it's like, okay, you're really done. It's only I have problems with your first phase.
Come on, give us a good pattern.
Okay, thank you, and now I'm gonna change to this, because I don't really want to overheat myself. Ooh, okay, I need to play a little bit safer. Yeah, I need to play a little bit safer.
1 bar to go.
Oh.
There we go. So, fortunately, there's a checkpoint just before him, so not a huge time waster, but.
No, the game always. This boss is always annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he really is. A series staple. The skeleton boss. Okay. Alright. Wow, dangerously close to overheating there.
Okay, really? You really give me this RNG 2 times? Okay, thank you. That's why I hate you a lot.
Okay. Got clear. That's the hard part over.
Yeah, right now it's just a meme. This part is a really difficult one, and right now it's a meme.
Yeah, no, this part is just pure catharsis.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. But of course, this is a bad RNG, so I need to kill this phase first.
Yeah.
And now it's time to go back to the normal strat. So, with my X-Shredder, I have an extended hitbox, and that means I can use the counter. So I'm always counter-him the boss, and of course that's the weakness, and it's a really useful. Okay, I think I lose less minute than I expected.
All right.
Yeah, I lose
you
less
managed.
than expected, so this
Yeah,
is
you
really
managed-
good.
Yeah, you managed to salvage that. Well done.
Hi,
Okay.
Mike, do let me know when a good time to read donations would be.
Oh, absolutely.
sure.
There'll be some time coming up.
Okay.
Because as this is an Ninja Creates game, there is an obligatory boss rush, so there will be time.
Lovely.
No, but right now, if you have any donation, just read it.
Actually,
Okay.
yes, this is a good opportunity. This is an empty segment. Go ahead.
Okay, I can do that. We have $11 from Meme-chan that says, hey, good luck on the run. Looks super sick. Keeping my word for a funny bribe I made with Gordon Ramsay.
Thank you.
I don't know how to respond to that without lots and lots of swear words, but
Oh gosh. Well, wow, that must be a heck of a thing then.
What? It's Gordon Ramsay. Like, he can't open his mouth without swearing. All right.
Fair.
Okay. Oh, yay! We got we're on the inverted physics segments with spike traps. So, some fun platforming action to be had here.
Oh, please let me pass. Okay, thank you. Okay, now it's time to do a revisit, and this is the revisit from every single area except of Stranga, because Stranga is not really an important part of the game. I don't know why, but this is not a really important part of the game. So right now we need to enter to a secret area, and this secret area that takes place on the original Blaster Master, and that's the part which they sell the last part of the game. So this is the forbidden area, but of course, to enter to the forbidden area, we need to go really deep to the area 1. But before that, we did an extra interdimensional space portals, and the main reason is just because we need to complete the conditions to do the true ending.
That's right. As a reminder, he needs to enter these interdimensional portals a total of 62 times to trigger the flag for the true ending. So,
Yeah, but to understand that part, a lot of people thinking, okay, we need to enter to 62 times to any portal, and the answer is no. We need to enter any single portal we not entered before. That means if you're going out to some portal and you never enter for that entry, that counts as a new one. That's why sometimes I enter exit, because the game don't count it as a portal we entered before.
and that that essentially enables him to cut the number of portals he has to enter in half, because he just does them twice each.
Oof, and now it's time for the forbidden area. This area is always annoying because this boss is a particular one. Charles to Gangi T. Gangi T is a Japanese runner. He played a lot of integrated games. Right now, he managed to discover a new ways to do the quick kills, but of course, every single quick kill is different than mine. And he used a lot of risky strat, but that risky strat are always 50-50. So I'm not really recommend to use it, and of course I'm not using any single that quick kills. And of course that quick kills are kind of the same of me, because we're doing the same strat, but he's being a little bit riskier and he don't save so much time. So right now this is one of the bosses that have a lot of troubles. Okay, where you're going to be? What's going to be? Oh, really bad RNG.
Oh no!
Thank you.
Oh wait!
Oh!
Oh no!
God, just one hit. Just one hit, dude. That boss is always annoying, and they give me a really bad energy. It's time to do it again. Okay. The shield. Thank you. Where? Okay, so.
Alright, that's better.
Yeah, that's so much better.
Nice. There we go.
Okay, and we receive this extra ability, and this ability is really good because right now we can move into some important part of the game because we can do this.
Oh, that's right.
This
Now
is
that
one
we're able to drive up
cane
walls.
abilities.
It's yeah, no, there's quite a few areas in the game that are cut off because you're simply just not able to enter vertical cross spaces like that, going upwards. So now is time for a couple of revisits to said areas.
Yeah, this is the perfect time to do any dimensions.
Absolutely.
So, oh my god, give me the space, please.
Okay, well...
Thank you.
Looks like we're all out of donations, but I will absolutely plug the donation incentive we have going. Super Mario Sunshine, upgrade to all blue coins. That would definitely be a neat run to get into this marathon. And
That is...
it's sitting at 32 out of 150. And it's it's in just a few runs here, like
Nope.
just 2.5 hours away from closing.
Okay.
meant to point this out earlier, that these fluorescent tubes that you're going through, those are rifts in dimensional space, and those are fatal to touch. It was only in that second visit, or that last visit to Jennifer on the satellite, that she gave us an upgrade that enables us to pass through them. So that's why we're able to swim through those now. But before that, we avoided them like the plague because it was an insta-kill if we touched them.
Nice.
Very nice kill. That boss can really waste your time.
Now I need to change to this one. Okay, right now I'm... yeah. Here, and now it's time for the second revisit. Now it's for the space one, and this is really easy. You don't have so much trouble with this one. The last one is the most dangerous because you have to face two bosses in one time without any extra save.
There's a power up that can be there's a consumable power up in this game, basically an overshield that you can pick up, that just puts a protective barrier over the tank's HP, and so you can take a number of hits before you start taking HP. There it is. So now we have some extra HP on top of our own. We haven't been picking up too many of them because they tend to be in out of reach places, and which would cost us time. But it's pretty fortuitous to come across one of those now, given the conditions Benja just said.
No!
Oh no! It's oh,
No,
that's
don't
really
worry.
unfortunate. So.
Pass, and now it's time for this. Oof, but this boss is really easy. This is the Gumball reference.
Oh right, yeah, no. So this,
But right
this
now
will
we have
be over in
the
a flash.
EX Shredder, so this is really fast right now.
Yeah. There we go, and then just let them clash. Okay, Yeah, we're just going on a hunt for keys now in order to gain access to the elevators that'll take us further into the last area. So.
I don't remember if I did this thing, so I'm gonna go back to make sure.
Huh. Well, it sounds like you're after some key bits of progression here, huh?
I just
No,
need
it does
to
sound like
do this
that.
thing, because I don't remember if I did that thing. Okay, now it's time to no. Here, here, and oof, this is the annoying part. No, thank you.
There we go.
Because right now we're gonna move into the two bosses, and these two bosses are one of them is Adminator, so we know that boss is going to be kinda hard. And the other one is the anti-SF boss. So
I meant
these
to ask.
two bosses are always a trouble.
I meant to ask. Do the spider legs give us any speed advantage, or is it the same as the wheels?
Not really.
Okay.
I need to move in here. Oh no, you know what? No. Retreat. Yeah, my HP was really low. Maybe that was the worst idea I ever had. Like, okay, playing it.
Alright, just slip on through.
Well, first of all, we need to start with this guy.
This guy's not going to be too hard this time because now we have a weapon that can hit through those platforms. We got the anti-SF gun, which we got from them the last time. So.
Oops. Okay, thank you.
One.
This. Okay, thank you. Whoops, give me this again, thank you. Reload. Reload. Okay, nice. That was a really clean fight without so much troubles. But right now, this is the troublemaker part. Okay. I need this. Come back. Okay, we're gonna take this, use for resources, and we need to move into this. This, and now it's time for Adminator. And Adminator, of course, is going to be really, really hard. One more time. One more time. Thank you. And now I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready with this.
He's just doing a couple of falls to top up the energy for his cannon, just to make sure that we got enough to kill this thing.
Which R&D? Okay.
There we go. That should be it.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice. The other drone, the smaller drones, when they touch the electrical field, it automatically sends them straight back upwards. And if they hit the boss, it causes pretty heavy damage. So he manipulated them all to be positioned under them, and then dropped the electric fields to just send them flying into him. All the while hitting into the anti-SF gun. Alright, just have a little bit of a mob room while we're doing this data download. I think this would probably be a decent time for a donation if there happens to be one.
Alright, let me just have a look at those, and... Oh, we have a donation from Fraudbrand for $20 that says, "What a crazy game!
definitely doesn't look like the Master Blaster I remember. Cool running, great commentary, good work.
Thanks, Rob Brand.
Thank you. Okay, this is the only dungeon we're gonna do in this area, and the main reason is because we need a power-up, and a specific one, because that power-up gives you the possibility to beat the last boss. That's not a mandatory item. In your case, looks like, okay, you don't need that, but the truth is you really need it. Okay, oh no. Really close, thank you. Again, my super dash.
So, all these drones, these belong to the Sophia's force. They're the sort of the force that's hunting you down. And these dungeons are sort of layered with their security drones. The portals in these dungeons are there as an alternate route for you to go through without engaging with them, because the truth be told is, in a casual run of this game, those enemies are very aggressive and very difficult. They're kind of like endgame in terms of aggression and difficulty. So if you start out the game and try going through these sections here, you're going to have a really rough time. But we're not too fussed about it now. We just wanted to make sure we grab that upgrade. So the game sort of wants you to... Let me just grab another overshield there, just in case. The game more or less wants you to use the superdimensional space portals as a way of bypassing those sections, which in turn is, guiding you towards filling the criteria to get the true ending.
One here, thank you. Of course, this is the most difficult part of the game. It's really hard. Really hard.
As Benja said earlier, did he actually wave at you? I swear to God, I thought I saw one of those things wave at you. That's amazing. So the spider legs. Whenever you're around the other spider tanks, those mutants, they basically think you're one of them, and they just, they're completely docile. And they also let you walk through like treacherous terrain, like acid or whatever. You may be wondering why he drove over thin air just there. That'll become clear in just a moment. Okay, so now we basically have a block builder that enables us to basically create our own walls and platforms to climb up and jump on, which will to solve a few puzzle routes in this area. There we go. Just pop a block there, and now we can actually go through that door. Oh, hello. These things are based on one of the endgame bosses of the previous game. And the way to beat them is by landing on them with the Gaia impact and draining of their energy. So, which is why Benja is just flying up and then falling down on them.
Yeah, that boss is the last one of the second game. That's Planet
right.
G. Where you play casually, is like, wait, what the fuck? What are you doing here?
What are you supposed to do? But then just like. It gives you a number of flag posts, and basically all you need to do is fly up high enough once and fall on it, and then you realize, oh, that hurts it.
Yeah, he has the same weakness as the second game. Okay, we need this, and now we're gonna change to this weapon, and we're gonna enter. So right now we're entered to the refight like a Mega Man game. So it's time to move into, of course, a new interdimensional space dungeons. This is always RNG. So it's time to discover my suffering, my good luck. Who knows? Okay, thank you. This is a really good luck.
There we go.
Like Mike mentioned before, these dungeons are RNG, so the way to discover where is the exit and everything else is always RNG here. So at this point, I don't know any clue or something to solve it. I only have some clue where is the exit, but I don't know how to get to that part most faster as possible.
To explain what just happened there, one of the last weapons or upgrades that Becca picked up is this Axel Burst. It's basically a wave motion gun, like a vector cannon, and you have to charge it up in order to release this huge wave, and using it drains your HP and your weapon gauge all the way to 1. It was very nice of the Panaji he just killed to drop all of those refills for him. Because otherwise we'd be in big trouble, and that is going to be necessary for us to get to fight the final boss as well. Yeah, so as you see, that flash field just does not give it doesn't care about bosses. Like he's just done. There's gonna be a few more of those.
Yeah, like I said before, this game gives you a lot of good rewards if you're good at matching. So the games really give me really good time with some bosses only for my matching. It's not like, okay, you're doing great or improve something. No, you're really good at matching, so we're gonna give you a really good reward to do this.
By all means, oh, sorry, go on.
No, continue.
Oh no, I was simply going to say, just like we're like it's going to be this for a while as we go through this area and just refight the bosses. So if there are any more donations, by all means, let's have them.
Three, 4. Okay.
All right.
Oh, give me the correct button, thank you. Oof.
Ben just setting his weapons there because the next boss we're going to fight is going to the second phase will take place in the tank, so just setting his weapons preemptively so that he's ready to go straight into the fight once the phase transitions.
Oh no, I hate this. I don't like this feeling so much. The dungeon. Oh no, I knew it.
Oh, thank goodness.
I knew it. Oh, really? So where's the door? Where's the door? Please, this is going to be right.
Nope.
Please? Oh. I hate you.
Okay, so that's
the way to lose a world record. But
yeah,
that actually, if I'm doing everything fine without any problem, it's like, no, that's your world record attempt.
No.
That's it.
Like the previous rooms were were one thing, but this dungeon is throwing random mob rooms at you as well. So it's it's really dragging things down. There we go, charging up the.
And of course, this is the correct answer. So it's like you need to lose a lot of time just for that thing.
Yep. Just top of the lost.
Oof, now Centipede, hopefully this time he's going to be a good boss. Tell me direction, thank you.
Okay. Very nice, stuns him.
Okay, this is the regular one. Now maybe to them the super quick one? Maybe?
Come on.
Oh, really close.
Close.
But it's still really good fight.
Kill. Yep. Okay,
this. And now it's time to move into the most meme boss in the game. Yeah, because this is a really a good meme. Okay, thank you. I got an extra bar, and yeah, maybe this is the way to solve it. Thank you. Thank you. So now it's time for the last boss to the reflex. You know the answer is gonna be Sir Boss, but of course we got a really cool strat to beat him really fast without any problem. That's why this boss is a meme. Because right now
He's a
gonna
meme in
beat
every
him
game.
really fast. We're not even seeing him. That's the problem. We not even see him. So this is your last upgrade. We're obtaining on the Jason's dungeon here. And this specific upgrade is only useful against Planet G, because that's the way to beat him. But of course, this is a really cool way to use it. That's it.
This boss is put in the game every single time just to be destroyed by a supernova. Every single time, without fail. But we're still gonna use the X-Shredder and the counters for this fight. Even though we have a Super Blaster of our own on Jason's gun, I will give you this piece of advice for free if you're playing this game casually. Do not use Jason's Super Blast on that boss, because you will end up at this point without any ammo, without any HP, and this boss will be hell for you. So just...
Yeah, and this is that was Planet G, and that was the only way to beat him is using that strat, like using the supernova again, because that's the only way to deal damage. But of course, we got this cool way to solve it. And now it's kind of good time to use this. No, this is the first time we're gonna overhit on purpose. That's the reason is that the weakness of this bloodstained planet.
That's right. Most hilariously, as Benja said, deliberately overheating yourself so that your gun is weak is the weakness to that boss. And now for the on-foot phase.
And I'm really salty because I saved time here, and maybe the answer is just because I did everything is fine. But of course, I'm really salty because I'm gonna lose time only because I got that extra 2 fights. Ooh, I don't have any bomb. That's why I did less damage than expected. Oh, we're gonna watch this. Okay, now this is not a good feeling.
Less than ideal.
No.
Okay, the prompt will be coming up in just a moment.
Fight. This is the intended way to solve this fight.
Yeah, you he changes color and you change your gun to match his color, much like those crystals that open doors in the dungeons. Whatever Simon says.
I need to change to this.
Almost there. There we go.
Okay.
Now you get the prop. You gotta be quick. Get yours off before he does, and that's it. That's the initial final boss. And now we've triggered the flag to activate the true ending. There she is. There's Eve. Just gotta mash through some of this text, and then there'll be a prompt to...
My hand.
Man. I don't envy you right now.
Okay, that's correct.
There it is.
So that's the really cutscene we really need to the trending. If you don't have that crouch on the screen, you're not locked the trending.
So, tell me this, because while we're doing this, so what's the timer at now as we approach the final stretch of the game?
Right now we are on 1 hour and 8 minutes.
And what was the world record?
The world record is 1 hour and 29.
Okay.
So no, this is not gonna be world record just because I got the problem with the 2 extra fight. No, that's impossible.
That's unfortunate.
Maybe
Alright.
I'm gonna show you if I'm really far on that point. I'm gonna show you the gang fight.
All right. Well, here we are now in the final stretch of the game. This is the this is now the path to the true ending. You'll notice that we're in a different tank. This is the medal attacker, the original medal attacker, the Sophia the Third, and excuse me, piloting it this time is not Jason, but Kane Gardner. If you've come this far, you should have expected spoilers. I'm terribly sorry. So we are now
for the
playing...
NES fans, you'll recognize immediately this tank. Immediately.
And as we travel through this area, we are appearing in different regions from the first Blaster Master Zero game, which are all set on Earth, on planet Earth. So we have a bit of a boss gauntlet. With the 4 other Metal Attacker pilots from Blaster Master Zero 2, this being the first of them. His name is Gonbei. He's a sort of a Japanese farmer-themed pilot, and we're not going to see much of him, if I'm being totally honest. Just...
Oh, look at his HP, dude.
Oof. Yeah, just two life bars immediately.
Okay, not a quick kill, but really close to.
That was pretty fast. These 4 pilots, I don't know for sure, because the developers said in their concept notes that they based them on the 4 Heavenly Kings. That's a common trope in a lot of Japanese media, but especially in Ninja Creates games, especially in the original Mega Man Zero, we had the 4 Guardians, and thematically, these 4 pilots match all of their archetypes, so I'm pretty sure they based them on the 4 Guardians from Mega Man Zero, which I can't fault them for. I love that game and I love those characters. So... Hopefully
this is the correct answer to this. Hopefully. Because this dungeon... Oh, it's... Okay, the answer to this dungeon is going to be annoying. Okay, maybe this is the answer. Thank you. Oof, my gloves. Save it, so I can do this again, because I don't have any HP and I can't possibly die here.
Yeah, it's How much RNG is involved in this section of the game?
You have the same RNG as the Forbidden Area. This is the same. Because right now, you need to use a lot of gain to move into the different dungeons, so every single dungeon have the same thing, RNG. That's the only part I have of the game, but I think it's fine because that's more interesting to show. And for this part, it's really short compared to Forbidden Area, so I think it's fine. And now it's time for the favorite boss in the game.
Oh yes,
Kappa. Kappa.
This is Air, the tank of the plant lady that we met earlier. And I actually randomly did this quick kill the first time I played this game. Just
already close.
Oh
no! That's a really difficult one.
Okay. Well, I feel good about myself then. But yeah, just the tried and true strat of just mashing your cannon and missiles to shotgun her to death is the winning strat. So that's 2 down. 2 more to go.
We need to wait here. And this is a really good part. If you discover some part of the game, you can do an extra damage boosting on purpose and transport into the next part, like this. But that's a really useful tool. Okay, hopefully this is... No, okay, this is not the answer. Next. Okay, this is the answer. Thank you. So now this is the part of a lot of dungeons, and here we have a lot of RNG. As you can see before, I misinput just because I don't know the answer, but right now we got the same thing. So right now it's just moving, like this, for example. I got a really bad RNG, so that's not the answer, it's just moving to the right. So that's the main problem in this game. You got a lot of RNG, and of course, I can actually have the same trouble as I did before in Forbidden Area, like 2 extra mandatory fights. So hopefully this time I'm not gonna obtain anything. Okay, maybe which time it will be. Oh no, never mind. This actually is an unscripted one. This one got some visual cue. Because always the top part is going to be on a secret exit, and the bottom part is going to be the current one. Okay, so now it's time to this part, and this part is kind of annoying because you got a lot of big columns and some troll stuff. Maybe this is going to be right. Okay, thank you. Oh, nice. Okay. No. Oof. Okay, and that's it. I finally finished every single dungeon, so now it's more a chilling part.
All right then. If we've any more donations to read, I think now's probably the last chance we're going to get before the end of the run.
Here, 1, 2. Oof, and now it's time for the macho boss. This is Stain. Aka Atom. Atom is a really hard boss, and I'm gonna try an experimental quick kill. I know the theory, but never when I did this fight before, so maybe I'm gonna try this time. But why not? Oh no. I just
there it is.
Output the damage.
Right when you reach that point, he triggers a long attack animation where he becomes completely invincible. Also, that teddy bear is running around. Yeah, he's an insta-kill. Don't touch him. That's a bad old bear.
Yeah, that bear is a reference of Waku Waku and integrates a confirmed thing that always that teddy bear is an insta-kill. So that's the main problem of some of the casual plays. When you play this game for the first time and you die instantly for that teddy bear, and you'll understand why.
It's such a troll.
Okay, like I said before, this is not going to be a world record or PvE just for the battle RNG, so I'm gonna change my route and I'm gonna show you the hype fight on the last boss fight. So we're not gonna see the current faster way. We're gonna see the stylish fight. Because on the last part of the game, you have a decision to make, and you can choose Jason or Kane. And of course, Jason is a really easy fight, so you don't have so much effort to do. But with Kane, is another story.
Yeah. We're going through the first area of the original Blaster Master Zero game, which itself is based on the first level of the original game. So now we've come full circle, and now this is Leibniz in the Rising Garuda. This is the guy who has been riding around in your tank all this time, and this is the coolest fight in the whole game.
This is actually the best soundtrack in the game, and also the best boss fight. So hopefully this is going to be a 3-cycle. No, never mind. I cursed it.
Just
That's
tell me
gonna be
the
a
RNG.
4-cycle. Okay, this is going to be up, way here, a little bit. Follow care. Now this is going to be bottom part.
I just want to point out that they attached a sword to the front of that spacecraft, and he just did a Hellbreaker in a spacecraft. Oh,
No, don't worry, we're fine.
Inti is so cool. There's a last-ditch effort, and that's the fight.
Oof. And now this is the last part of the game.
Short notes. At what point is time? So when does the clock stop?
Wait for it. And now we're gonna do a little go back here because we don't have any resources, and of course I'm not gonna do this fight without resources.
Yeah, I know.
Instantly, we're gonna move to the gun-based part,
that's
and
right.
we're gonna max every single of my sub-weapons.
Yeah, that's right. You'll notice that there are numbers on Kane's sub-weapons, because Kane functions like the original Blaster Master. His sub-weapons have ammunition rather than using a rechargeable gauge. So we need to make sure that those are full before we go into this fight.
Okay, I mean, it's time to do this. Oh no, I forgot that part. Thank you. So now this is the last part of the game.
And there we have it. Jason Frudnick of Blaster Master versus Kane Gardner of Metafight. Extremely hype finale.
Which weapon? Maybe everything's fine. Okay. Okay, no, that's weird. Okay, no shot RNG. Okay, thank you. And now this is the inspiration mode.
Another Gunvolt reference.
And time.
Is that time? Time.
Oof. Yeah, I did
just
a
wanna-
lot of change, so that the estimate is just right. So that's fine because we did a lot of changes with the community.
I just want to point out that in that last boss fight, that the theme music playing was a remix of the boss theme from the original NES game and Famicom game, because you know, theming.
Yeah.
That's
So that's
It's such a
Blaster
cool
Master
fight.
03.
Yeah. What was the time in the end? I haven't got the stream in front of me. 1:23:17.
Yeah. No, I got the same. So the timer is right.
All right.
I just
Yeah.
I just got some bad RNG stuff, a lot, so I lose a lot of time. Just to take, I practice a lot just to break the world record here. I got a 1 attempt on the morning, and I have 1 minute just for the same thing, like bad RNG and extra fight. So
Yeah.
sorry, I'm not doing this time just because for RNG. But except
Yeah.
for that, I think the run is really good. I did everything correctly, and I show
Yeah.
every single the quick kills correctly.
Discovering how to manipulate the RNG in this game is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there is just no way to nail down a consistent way of getting the ideal times. But like I said, the game is about 5 weeks old. It is far from tapped, so I look forward to seeing what the community comes up with in the months to come. Should be lots of fun.
Yeah, we're still waiting for other runners to try this one, like Dave, for example, a really old runner, Dratcher 2, world record holder on Last Semester 02. Maybe we're gonna have Tiki soon.
Tiki! Oh,
who knows?
wow.
But who knows? Just because everyone hates RNG. So the Blaster Master always has the problem of RNG, and of course integrates nerf or change a little bit that is in the speedrunning mode. But hopefully this time Integrate finally help us and give us a really good tool like escaping every single text. So that's a really good tool. And who knows, hopefully this game is gonna be optimized, and I think a really good time will be 1 hour and, I don't know, 17, 18 minutes. That will be maybe the standard soon if we finally obtain a way to manipulate the RNG on every single country.
Well,
So we're just waiting for the in-game time. But this is going to be really short.
oh, right, of course. Yeah, I always forget to give you the time at the end of the game.
But yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed this game. Big shouts to the Speed Charity for everything, to the staff. Really gave me the opportunity to show a Zero Striker Combo and Blaster Master Zero. Really good games from the Integrates. And of course, really shouts to Mike to stay with me and help me with the commentary.
Oh yeah, no, it was my pleasure. I really enjoyed watching and I really enjoyed commentating. They're both games. They're both series that I really love, and I was really happy to help explain and add some flavor to them.
Yeah. Finally, big shouts to the Integrated Community Games, the speedrunners. They always give me a lot of good tips and support me in any marathon or any practice, trying stuff. So really big shouts to the community in general. And we're really shortly on this ending. Or of course, this game is kind of funny because when you're watching the bad ending, it's like, hey, I paid for this game, and when you're watching the true ending, it's like, okay, everything's working. So you have the mixed feeling, and Integrates know to do that.
I'm gonna say, a happy ending in an Integrates game is a rare thing indeed. So enjoy it.
And this is the best part. We're waiting for a long time. This hug. This hug is impressive to watch.
I'm so happy they animated it. I'm so happy they animated it. It's really the cherry on top.
God, that's adorable.
And this part refers to the first Blaster Master, the exit.
This whole series is it's a really great trilogy of games. I will say play them in order because each game gets mechanically so much more complex and dynamic than the one before that it's difficult. It is genuinely difficult to go back to the earlier ones, especially the first one. Not because it's a bad game by any stretch, but just because they make the next one so much better.
Yeah,
121
that's a really big problem. When you're playing the next game, you can't go back to the early one. Because, for example, on Blaster Master 02, you have a lot of damage, and on Blaster Master 02, you have a lot of movement. So when you're going back to Blaster Master 01, it's like, okay, I can't play this game anymore correctly because
Blaster
I'm really
Master
slow,
01.
I don't have any damage. I need some this really good weapons.
The
So
first one is
always
very faithful to the original NES and Famicom game, and so there is very little in the way of movement or sort of complex technique. Then, following that game, they did what I call they intied the hell out of it, and because that's what they do, and the result is the kind of action that you just saw there. So. Yeah, no, but they're great games, and the story in this one in particular, like, we skipped all of it for the sake of the speedrun, but there is so much in the way of, like, cutscenes and you know, dramatic moments and story beats. It's a really good time, and it's really satisfying to get all the way to the end. Yeah,
so we need to move on. So hopefully everyone continues to support these really good calls, and we're now waiting for Momodora for Lauri Divani Kiss. So hopefully this is going to be a really good run. So have a nice day, evening, weekend.
Yeah.
And
best of luck to everybody else. Best luck to all the rest of the runners. Enjoy the rest of the event.